childhood coming out.
All right, starting the timer. Go.
Okay. RtI stands for Response to Intervention. This is an example, like a picture of the 4 tiers that they're going to talk about. It's part of the RtI is a process, and there's 4 steps in the process. Basically, in the education system, before 1984, there was a high percentage of kids who were in minority groups who were being tested and qualified for special education. This kind of brought up the question of if all the testing was fair to every cultural group, and so there were a lot of court cases for that issue. And the Marshall versus Georgia in 1984 was the last one that kind of dealt with that. But basically, before then, any student with any learning disability was just immediately referred to special education. So after the Marshall versus Georgia case, all schools in Georgia only were mandated to have a student support team, and when you use this in school, teachers just call it SS team. And it's made up of administrators, teachers, psychologists, counselors, special education teachers, and parents. And their goal is to prevent students from being referred to special education unnecessarily. RtI is a 4-step process that is based on how well the students respond to their teachers' intervention in the classroom.
Okay, Tier 1, it's the standards-based classroom learning. This is all students, so when you walk into the classroom, they are all considered Tier 1. It's the GPS or Common Core standards, whichever subject. They are all learning it the same way. Teachers can differentiate instruction if they need to, but it's just according to the student's need, but it's not extra help in any way. It's not limited to basic instruction, and then to move to Tier 2, they use the benchmark, so depending on the kids' scores, and then they don't get any different instruction as far as like in school, but they have a little bit more work with them. So it's not really like a big jump, and they're really flexible. So like kids can move between Tier 1 and Tier 2, and also depending on the subject.
Tier 2 is needs-based learning, and basically in addition to Tier 1, Tier 2 is where it targets students based on their test scores or any of the assessments done in Tier 1. It says they need the extra help, they're struggling, or it could be that they're just not being challenged enough, and that way they're going to be gifted. The question is, what are we prepared to do when students are not learning? This is where, like, what do we do? What are the steps we need to take to help maybe give a little more time, a little more instruction, but they're still getting the same thing everyone else. You're not changing the subject, you're not babying them, you're not, oh, let me do it. No, it's not like that. It is basically you're just giving them more instruction that they need. And with screening data, summative assessment data, formative assessment, and the Tier 1 information, teachers and instructional leaders, which can also be your SST groups, your administrators, your special education teachers, can put together the interventions based on what a student will need. The student will move to Tier 2 when either they're not being successful or challenged. Interventions should be pre-planned. Don't just be like, oh, today, move to Tier 2. They have to be put together. You're going to talk with your team and see what the child needs. And it's not a substitution, it's just a layer added on. So they're still going to be kind of Tier 1, but it could be just like, say, they're probably just Tier 2 in reading. They need the extra help based in reading. And they could be a Tier 3 in math and a Tier 1 in everything else. It's just based on adding what they need for that subject. Progress monitoring should be used to make sure that the plan put in place is being effective. Collaboration between the Tier 1 teacher and the classroom teacher, so that could mean, say they need extra help with reading, they have a special teacher come in, like a literacy specialist would come in. They would be able to help, but they need to be talking with the literacy teacher and the general ed teacher. Need to be talking to make sure that the plan they have in place is being effective. If the progress monitoring shows that the student is either still struggling or they're still not being, challenged, then additional instruction will be required. And then after so many amount of time, which could be weeks, maybe a month, they see that's still not helping, then they'll be moved to tier 3. Here are examples of what is not tier 2 and what is tier 2. An example would be mathematics 1 support class implemented with dedicated time for support class teacher and mathematics 1 teacher to routinely collaborate. So say like this person a child's having problems in math, just in that one area. A teacher could come in and help them while they're still doing the same general math everyone else is doing. So if everybody's working multiplication, that child's still doing multiplication, but they're having the extra help in the instruction with the other students. What's not is them to get different stuff. So say they get pulled out to do math and they're doing something completely different than what the general ed class is going to be getting. And also an EIP second grader receive additional support on targeted skills during independent learning center work time. That is an example. What not is, it would be, oh, that's a different one that I said. Okay, well, we're going to roll with it. So basically, what it wouldn't be is if they get pulled out to do reading, and that's all they're going to get pulled. They're going to go to their special reading class, that's it. They don't get any extra reading instruction in any other subject in their general ed classroom.